Previously, in Part 1, we explored the immediate chaos that would follow if Saturn suddenly vanished. Moons would drift, and orbits would wobble, but that was just the beginning. In this episode, we're diving deeper into the long-term consequences. What happens to the solar system thousands, millions, or even billions of years after Saturn is gone? The answers are more profound than you might think. Without Saturn's immense gravitational grip, all of its 83 known moons, including the magnificent Titan and icy Enceladus, would become cosmic orphans. They would no longer circle Saturn, but would instead begin their own lonely orbits around the Sun. But their story doesn't end there. Their new paths would inevitably cross with the rest of the solar system, setting the stage for some truly epic celestial events. Over tens of thousands of years, some of these newly freed moons would drift dangerously close to Jupiter. Given Jupiter's colossal gravity, it would act like a cosmic net, potentially capturing one or more of them. Imagine Titan, a world larger than the planet Mercury, being snared by Jupiter's pull. It would become a new moon of Jupiter, marking the single largest moon transfer in the history of our solar system. The night sky from Jupiter's existing moons, like Europa or Ganymede, would gain a new, massive companion. But what about the smaller moons? Their fates would be far more chaotic. Many would be flung into unpredictable orbits. Some could collide with asteroids in the asteroid belt, creating showers of debris. Others might be sent on a fatal plunge into the Sun, vaporized by its intense heat. A few might even be ejected from the solar system entirely, destined to wander interstellar space for eternity. Perhaps most unsettling, some could be thrown onto paths that cross Earth's orbit. While a direct collision would be incredibly unlikely, it's a chilling reminder that the solar system is a dynamic and sometimes violent place. The sudden addition of dozens of large, rogue objects would turn the inner solar system into a cosmic pinball machine. Saturn's influence extends far beyond its moons. It's a key partner in a delicate gravitational dance with Jupiter. These two giants are locked in what's called an orbital resonance, a precise ratio where Jupiter completes nearly 5 orbits for every 2 of Saturn's. This rhythmic interaction acts like a metronome, keeping the entire solar system surprisingly stable. It helps to sculpt the asteroid belt and regulates the orbits of the other planets. If you remove Saturn, this crucial resonance shatters, the celestial music stops. Jupiter's orbit, no longer stabilized by its partner, would become slightly less predictable. This change would ripple outwards, affecting Uranus and Neptune as well. Over millions of years, these tiny initial instabilities could amplify through a process known as gravitational chaos. Now, chaos doesn't mean the solar system would immediately fly apart. It's more subtle. It means that the long-term predictability we rely on vanishes. Over millions of years, the orbits of the outer planets could begin to drift, wobble, and shift in ways they never would have with Saturn present. The stable, clockwork solar system we know would start to fray at the edges, becoming a much wilder and more unpredictable place. The long-term future of every planet would be thrown into question. So what does this mean for us here on Earth? In our daily lives, nothing would change. We wouldn't feel a thing. But on cosmic timescales, the missing gravitational balance would slowly but surely influence our world's destiny. For example, with Jupiter's orbit slightly altered, its role as our cosmic bouncer would change. Jupiter's gravity currently helps to deflect many comets and asteroids, protecting the inner planets. Without Saturn to keep Jupiter in check, the distribution of comets and icy bodies in the outer solar system could be disturbed. This could lead to a slight increase in the number of these objects being sent hurtling toward the inner planets, including Earth. It wouldn't be a sudden bombardment, but over millions of years, the statistical probability of a large, civilization-altering impact could tick upward. The silent, distant absence of Saturn would make our home just a little less safe in the long run. One of the most dramatic long-term consequences is the increased fragility of the entire system. Saturn is a vital anchor for the orbits of Uranus and Neptune. It acts as a gravitational bridge, linking them to Jupiter and keeping them in their stable paths. When you remove that bridge, the outer planets become more susceptible to drifting. Over tens or even hundreds of millions of years, this could lead to a rare but terrifying possibility, a planetary ejection. This doesn't mean planets would crash into each other like billiard balls. Instead, the subtle, cumulative gravitational nudges could slowly alter an ice giant's orbit, pushing it further and further out. Eventually, a close pass with Jupiter could give it one final, powerful kick, ejecting it from the solar system altogether. Imagine a future where our solar system has only 7 planets because one was cast out into the cold darkness of interstellar space. Without Saturn, that once unthinkable scenario becomes a genuine, albeit remote, possibility. Even the farthest reaches of our solar system wouldn't be immune. Far beyond Neptune lies the Kuiper Belt, a vast, icy disk of debris that's home to dwarf planets like Pluto and Eris. Saturn's gravity, as part of the chain of influence from the giant planets, plays a quiet but important role in shaping this distant region. Without Saturn, the entire gravitational architecture of the outer solar system becomes less organized. The delicate balance is upset. As a result, some Kuiper Belt objects could be nudged from their stable orbits onto more eccentric, chaotic paths. Over deep time, this disturbance could send a fresh wave of long-period comets careening toward the inner solar system, once again increasing the potential impact risk for planets like Earth. So, while Saturn's disappearance wouldn't cause immediate doomsday, it would fundamentally change the character of our solar system. It's like removing a critical support beam from a massive structure. The building might not collapse right away, but it becomes fundamentally less secure, more vulnerable to stress, and prone to eventual failure. Millions of years later, an alien astronomer visiting our system might find a place that looks subtly, or perhaps dramatically, different from the one we know today. In the end, Saturn is so much more than just a beautiful planet with stunning rings. It's a cornerstone of our solar system's architecture, a gravitational anchor that provides long-term stability. Without it, moons become wanderers, comets shift their paths, crucial orbital resonances break, and the future of every planet, including our own, becomes just a little more uncertain. But what if we flip the question? What if Saturn had never formed in the first place? How might its absence have shaped Earth's history from the very beginning? In Part 3, we lines explore that surprising twist and reveal how our planet might be a very different place without the Lord of the Rings. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss it.